Updated February 22, 2019, 8 hours 45 minutes and 46 seconds. The Queensland Government has defended giving almost $3.5 million in taxpayer dollars to the controversial Great Barrier Reef Foundation, GBRF, including more than $100,000 for a smartphone game that is yet to be delivered. Key points. The Queensland Environment Minister slams federal funding for the GBRF as lacking transparency, but Leanne Enoch's department also gave GBRF more than $3.40 millionth grant for a smartphone game is running behind schedule. Earlier this month, a Labor-dominated Senate inquiry found the federal government's granting of $444 million to the GBRF over 6 years was a highly irresponsible decision, and called on any unspent money to be returned to the Commonwealth. However, records from Queensland's Department of Environment and Science show in January last year it gave the GBRF an initial grant of $110,000 and a $3.3 million payment in April, the biggest grant paid by the department that financial quarter. A GBRF spokeswoman said the first grant helped pay for a Love the Reef smartphone game aimed at school children. The app aims to create a fun and educational experience to inspire young Queenslanders to learn more about the Great Barrier Reef, the threats it faces and what is being done to protect it, she said. While the game was initially slated for release in early 2019, the spokeswoman confirmed it was still in development. The company tasked with its development would not be named, because it was commercial and confidence should have been more transparent. In May, Queensland Environment Minister Leanne Enoch slammed the federal government's decision to hand over nearly $500 million to the GBRF. In April, her department handed $3.3 million to the GBRF for a Reef Islands initiative for the establishment of a network of climate change refuges to protect critical habitats on 5 Great Barrier Reef Islands, days before the huge federal grant was announced. In response to questions from ABC News, Ms. Enoch said her main concerns were about the size and handling of the federal government's package. As I said at the time, this funding was allocated without tender, consultation or discussion, and I believed there should have been a more transparent decision-making process from the federal government for such a large investment, she said. The Palashchuk government is committed to protecting the Great Barrier Reef, and we recognize the most effective way to do this is to work together with stakeholders towards the best outcome for the reef. Opposition leader Deb Frecklington has called on the state government to release more details about who is developing the Love the Reef game. The Palashchuk Labor government needs to be more transparent and explain who is doing this app and why is it so late, she said. Topics: environmental health, environment, Great Barrier Reef, oceans and reefs, public sector, federal, state issues, states and territories, government and politics. Brisbane 4000, QLD, Australia, Cairns 4870. First posted February 22, 2019, 6 hours 34 minutes and 56 seconds.